What would it feel like to rob with your partner? Until divided. Probably not just not divided. Even more, I was almost sent to the plate. It's a bad story that your bald ever encountered in his professional robber career. This happened in the state of Ohio. That day, Parker was invited by a group of robbers to participate in a robbery at the fair. The money they can earn from, that's over $1 million. So the members have to plan and prepare thoughtfully. Everyone is assigned a clear task. The first, 2 guys in the group dressed up as clowns and blend into the fair. Success through the eyes of everyone. No one notices their appearance. They both quickly went down below the central camp and start to act by dismantling the floor tiles to wait for the time to rush. Outside, Parker as a priest. Of course, in the shoulder. I have no trouble with this new game. In the other direction, a guy plays a guy who comes to the fair. And finally, outside the gate, a police car has been arranged with a costumed accomplice. All ready for the mission. As soon as the blue balloon is released into the sky, that's the signal the robbers gave. Parker officially plays his role. He first approached the central office of the fair, where all the proceeds are kept. Parker took the name of priest. I would like to ask you to send my VA. Of course, the guards hear when they see a priest. There is no doubt. I even stopped talking to you while they are suffering. Parker attraction. Your partner's on the floor. Remove the background and immediately rushed up. Control all employees. Parker saw that and immediately turned his face. Turn into a professional robber. He pulled out a loaded handgun. Associated with the gang that raped everyone. Force everyone to lie down while Parker watches. Then they broke the safe and put all the money in black bags. Everything went pretty well by in. Security here is loose, even though there was a bit of a problem with the guard. Maybe because he was so scared, he almost had a heart attack. They don't want to kill innocent people. So Parker has shown the bravery of professional bandits by being calm to help him stabilize his health while his accomplices are collecting all the money. Outside, a guy in a black shirt, he was also in the robber group, has started his mission by setting fire to the horse straw shed to create chaos. Make it easy for your partner. Blend into the crowd and retreat smoothly. But in the act, this guy put the land ignition in the God tank area. It led to an unintended explosion. We all felt a little scared. But with professionals like Parker, 3 incidents have nothing to do with it. He motioned for everyone to calm down. Work like nothing has happened. After taking all the money, we're all out. Join the crowd and quickly go to the gate. Now their police car is waiting for them. As long as your friends show up, they'll be taken away. Thanks to the meticulous calculation, group robber complete. It was a perfect robbery, without much trouble. I thought that after more than $1 million, we'll all split up. However, on the way, the leader of the gang is a bald guy. Give Parker an offer. He said that this amount is divided into just over 200,000 each. Coming soon. He's got a big deal coming up for a couple of tens of millions of dollars. There's a lot of diamonds and precious stones. He will use all this money to invest. But Parker is right. You said that's a lot of money for you. I don't need any more missions. All you need is for them to pay according to the agreement. At first, Parker said that and they didn't seem happy. It seems that the mention of the upcoming robbery is just an excuse. Actually wanted to force Parker to do as planned, but Parker flatly refused. You said that anyone who tried to fuck me, then I'll play again. The air in the car becomes tense. They're starting to draw their weapons. We're going to execute Parker if you don't listen to their plan. But Parker wasn't just good at talking. You're not even a vegetarian who recites the Buddha just when they're about to make a fool out of it. He immediately grabbed the gun in the hands of a guy and teach them what integrity is. But these guys are professional bandits. So they immediately counterattacked. Realize you can't fight them. Parker rushed out before being shot. He was hit hard by the VA and passed out on the spot. When the robbers saw that, they sent a man named Bobby to shoot Parker in order to block the clues and avoid the consequences of. After coming down to the place, they saw Parker dying. Come on, give me a piece of candy. At this very moment in the distance, there's a truck coming. They're afraid of being exposed, so they can't check it. Parker turned and ran away immediately. Fortunately, Parker was handcuffed by his ancestors. That truck belongs to a farmer. They saw him and immediately took him to the hospital, helped by being helped in time. You were lucky to escape death. When I woke up, I noticed the police went to the hospital. Parker figured if you don't get out of here soon, they will definitely be caught because yesterday's robbery was in the headlines, on the vehicles, and you were shot and brought here. Before the police asked, Parker attacked the paramedics and knocked him out, then stole his suit to disguise himself. I don't forget either, to arrest an old man and impersonate a paramedic, to escape out. That's how Parker avoided a confrontation with the police. After going out, Parker always has a car and went to a motel to change clothes. Then keep moving. Parker's calling a fake paperwork guy to ask this guy to get me a passport and some other related papers. Parker's done to carry out another robbery at the place of exchange. Small money in the city to make some money on the road. After sending two employees down, Parker's got some small capital on his back. There is money in hand. Parker calls the Godfather, new business introducer for Parker. He is also your future father-in-law, to report on the recent incident. I asked him about the identity of the robber, but the old man said go instead. He advised Parker not to touch them because right after the robbery, he tried to contact Parker without being able to. He investigated them and knew they weren't T. It must be a common robbery, leading some BA thugs. Behind, there are a whole line of very big bosses. He advised Parker to consider it bad luck to drop the case if you don't want to prepare yourself. Parker didn't listen. You said no one's allowed to steal, not yours. Whatever it is, I couldn't convince Parker. Old man, I have to give you some information about them. And a guy named Bobby. He's the grandson of a boss. This guy has a dimming bar system on a neighborhood. Before hanging up, he also told Parker to be careful because you can't mess with them. Get information about them. Parker's on his way to Chicago, according to the Godfather. Soon enough, I went to a boss's bar. Bobby's uncle. As soon as you arrive, Parker snuck in and stormed into his office. The first, Parker asked the boss about his lost nephew, but this guy is also a mom. Of course he can't say anything. Parker wanted Parker to see that, so he grabbed a guy, give him a kick on the spot. Then like a tornado, it comes straight to the boss. Catch him and throw him straight down to the floor, and then use the neck clamp to get him to tell me where he lost his education. Before the boundary, life and death is just a name. He was forced to vomit out of his nephew's place. Just at that time his staff came in. Lucky, Parker rushed out and hid in a safe corner. When that idiot Kia thought Parker got away, he rushed to chase. I didn't know you were in the bar, just waiting for Parker to walk out. Take care of everything. Parker figured they'd find the Godfather, and your girlfriend is Claire for revenge. So I immediately called the Godfather. Ask both of you to pack. Go on vacation for a while. As soon as Daddy gets Parker's phone call, tell your daughter to get ready to go. Waiting for Claire to pack. The old man is going to pick up his lover and make a date. I'll be back to pick up my daughter in 10 minutes. When you just left the house, the boss's men have appeared outside and sneak into Claire's house. He's going to kidnap Claire to pressure her into finding Parker. Unfortunately for him, during the operation, he accidentally made a noise that awakened Claire's sense of alertness. She immediately realized there was imminent danger, quickly climbed through the window, jumped into the field, and escaped before falling into their hands. On the way, she called Parker to report the situation. Parker found the situation quite dangerous, so I asked Claire to go where they used to go. I told her if I didn't show up, you will bring all the money that they put in place. Safety, high flying distance. If I come back alive, I will find you. Although I don't want to be far from my lover. In this situation, Claire had no choice but to listen to Parker's arrangements. Talk about the bandits. They thought Parker was now to the other side of the world and is applying for land grant from King Pluto. At the right time, the boss called his nephew Bobby. It is believed that Parker is still alive. When he heard the news, his hands fell off. The bandits are no better. They heard Parker was alive. It means you will surely come for revenge. They asked Bobby to call back, asked his uncle to find an assassin to track down Parker. As for Parker, after we've arranged for his girlfriend, I went to the guy who made the fake papers. Right now, I see he's dealing with a bunch of people. Turns out they're the man's pawns. The boss is here to get news about Parker. The old man was upset about Parker. I was bothered by these people today. He wants Parker to join them. But I can't teach you yet. Parker killed one of his boys and pointed a gun at him, straight in the old man's face. Make him throw up the paperwork you hired him to do. The old man saw Parker act disrespectfully. My heart beat my feet. Obediently follow your orders. Parker first made him hand over all the papers, then take care of the people watching. I finally told the old man, must clean the scene before others come to ask for news about me. It's done, Parker's gone. The next thing you do is pick up the old man. I asked him about the $20 million deal that they mentioned. Father knows Parker hasn't given up on revenge, worrying and tried to stop, because the proof is that it's almost your girlfriend. Claire was killed by them. He also had a problem on the plane. Almost died. It's all because of the boss's hand. Give Parker a bag of money. This is the money the robbers gave you back. I hope that when Parker gets the money, he'll stop pursuing revenge. But Parker kept his position. You said they had to hand over the money. More than that, those who break the law must be punished. I'll never forgive those who play back. I know I can't convince Parker. The old man said that they were there now. Palm Beach is the place of the super rich. More police than civilians. Almost every rental property there is highly monitored. There's nothing I can do. But Parker was determined. Even if the sky falls, I won't give up. I told the Godfather I wouldn't rent a house there. They will buy a whole house, I said Parker, to a real estate mall in Palm Beach, and got to know a real estate agent there. It's Ashley. Ashley's working as a broker right now. But your job doesn't seem to go very well. All day without a contract. I accidentally met you again today. Ashley is glad to have the season. She immediately went to Parker to show him the house. On the way, Parker is not stopping. Talk about yourself as well as the property you own. And out of my bosom. That makes Ashley. I feel like I'm about to catch a fat pig. I see that you are handsome and have very little hair. Ashley wanted to ovulate and decided to capture this visitor by. She enthusiastically took Parker everywhere to see the house. It also takes a lot of saliva to introduce the price of each unit. But among the many houses far away, Parker only noticed one. It's been a long time uninhabited and degraded. I want to fix a lot. I try not to let Ashley realize that and keep following her for the rest of the day. At the end of the day, I have Ashley. Promotion for a free dating. But having his own plan, Parker refused. After returning to the hotel, Parker immediately studied the topography and design of the house. In the afternoon, I looked closely because this is where the bandits are hiding. What about Eslin? After a day out with Parker, that night I was curious and learned about you. What you notice is that there is nothing. Any information about Parker? All records on the system. Only updated 2 months ago. It means what you say. All day is a lie. That makes Ashlyn pretty hopeful. But you still don't understand why Parker had to lie like that. That night, Parker sneaks into the house where the robbers are hiding, just in time for them to go shopping. I brought some guns. It's hidden in many places in case you need it. When working with them, I decided to turn this place into a tomb of traitors. And not only that, but they've taken away their weapons, damaged the inside and returned to the status quo. Before the bandits returned. When they returned, Parker finished the work and left quietly, leaving no trace. I thought I wouldn't be discovered. I just got out of the house and saw Ashlyn. It turns out you've been waiting outside for him before. Parker was surprised. When getting in the car, he strangled Ashlyn and made her tell him she was here with the AI. Ashley said no one knew you were here. She was just following Parker, so she was waiting. She explained that she was a long-time broker. I heard Parker lying today. Half a trust, half a doubt. Back home you found out, and find out everything you say is fake. More so in many homes. The house you just left is the one you care about the most. I guess you have a plan related to money. So I came here and didn't expect to see you coming out of there. That's how Ashley deduced it. Parker had nothing to say. Both decided to go back to the office. Ashley to the work desk. When you get home, Ashley spoke directly to Parker. I don't know your true purpose when you come here. If you need me, I'll help you complete the plan. Even if you are someone from somewhere else. I don't know the area as well as you. Born and raised here. When Parker asked why she did it, Ashley frankly replied that she was bored. If you like, you can kill her. Or you will help me. Life is more boring than death. She divorced her husband because he betrayed her. Besides, you have a sister who's very sick. I have to live with my mother a lot. Work. I have to wear a mask every day and have clients. A lot of money. Despise humiliation. Maybe working with Parker will help you change the wind. In front of Ashley's eyes, Parker agreed to let her join him on the mission. The next morning, Ashley picked Parker up for a visit. I'll be temporary. Rent a room here to prepare for his plan. At the same time here, Parker also for Ashley. I knew I was a professional robber. I also told you about the reason. We have to chase the people in the house. They didn't just steal your money in Africa. The last time, it's using that money to prepare for a mission. Terror is coming, but now I only know they're going to rob Palm Beach. It's not clear where or who. Parker wants Ashlyn to help investigate to see if they can target AI. The only clue I know is they're going to steal the jewelry. $10 million worth of goods. I also let you know, the goal this time is to get back what they have. They robbed you, and take back what they've stolen from people. Ashley listening to Parker. It's about stealing millions of dollars. It's like stealing your neighbor's chicken. I can't help but open my mouth. But you're also very excited, especially when you hear that if this mission is successful, $2 million in their pockets. When Parker talks about them stealing jewelry, Ashley immediately thought of someone. It's billionaire Glendon. She owns countless rare jewels, but after she died, all will be sold at auction and put it into a charity fund. The auction is tomorrow night. Finish listening. They both immediately went to the billionaire's mansion to investigate. As Ashley said, people are busy there. Prepare for the auction tomorrow. And Bobby's bandits. I've also mixed in with the cleaners here. They were silent. Prepare everything necessary for the attack. Tomorrow night, Parker and Ashley go around the house to see the situation. But just as they were about to leave, Parker, I recognized some of the robbers. I guess they're working on a plan, so you're not allowed to hesitate. Immediately, you let the beauty stand in the way. I went back to the hotel to make plans, but not in time to get there. You've been pursued by an assassin sent by them. There is no defense. Parker was stabbed in the back. With a scarecrow like you, that wound. Nothing to eat. He immediately turned against him. The two met at the same time. Parker caught a chain around his neck, but he was as strong as a mad buffalo and wrestled back. Parker was almost killed with a plastic sheet. In a dangerous situation, Parker stomped on his leg, and then Da also socks the toilet lid. Give him a feint. But I thought I got this guy just in time. He rushed from behind to choke Parker and tried to cut him. In front of his arms as strong as his pincers, Parker is almost dead. I decided to sacrifice my hand for him to pierce. At the same time, take the opportunity to turn him upside down. Make him roll his neck over land can. Parker was dragged by him, but luckily you're more proactive. Give him a free fall. Down to 10 levels of hell. However, Parker was badly injured and with the body. I'm sure the police will come to visit. Not long after that at Ashley's house, the police came. You're sleeping right now and you don't know what's going on. It wasn't until the police talked about the death at the hotel and they found your business card in the room. Parker, you know, I'm involved in this. Ashlyn heard what the police said and her heart beat violently. I want to jump out of my chest, especially when you see it. There's some blood in my kitchen. I guessed it was Parker. Although very scared, you still try to calmly confess that. Parker's the client she's advising to buy a house. Besides, you don't know anything. This cop knew Ashlyn. I have never doubted your testimony before. As soon as the police leave, go inside and check it out, of course. Parker's sitting in the kitchen corner. You've got a lot of wounds and a lot of bleeding. Right now, Parker gave her the first task to post. Public phone, to call a person to report your situation. Then go back to work as usual. And in the evening, we approach the billionaire's mansion for dynamic tracking. Take the task. Ashley's on the phone at Parker's request. Although very worried about your condition, you have to be very calm to avoid police suspicion. However, it worked for half a day. Ashlyn is still in a hurry. When she returned home to check, she found Claire there. It turns out that the person you're calling is Claire. Claire's used to what Parker's been up to. As soon as you get the phone call, already know what to do. So she immediately came to first aid Parker's wound. After everything is done, Claire couldn't stay long. It's only because of Ashley's mother. Take care of your boyfriend and leave. Ashley is forced to return to Parker's mission. Parker said that after stabilizing, I'm leaving, so you don't have to worry. All tasks and plans are as they were. In another development, the robbers began to carry out the plan. To be able to blend in and steal the jewels, female billionaire's quarter. At the auction, they pretend to be firefighters, and everything has been carefully prepared. There is almost no error. That night when the auction started, there was a series of explosions. Panic the guests. They're running everywhere to protect their lives. That's when the robbers outside drove in a fire truck. They're in the name of the person doing the job, and don't let anyone inside. When there is no AI, this place became their paradise. They broke all the cabinets, jewelry, and take away all the precious jewels. Put it in the bag, and jumped into the water in a scuba suit to escape. Just as they were leaving, the real firefighter showed up. I realized that all the jewelry had been stolen. Then it's too late, because the bandits had flown away and safely ashore. Even though the police are everywhere, there's no trace of them either. Ashley saw the whole mess caused by bandits. Now you realize what Parker said. It's completely true. Instead of going home and waiting for the results, but out of curiosity and concern for Parker, Claire went to the robber's house to hear about the situation. Parker's in the house now. They're waiting. They soon returned with their spoils. They can't keep their mouths shut because they're getting rich. I'm going to have a party to celebrate. Stalking outside, Ashlyn saw the jewelry they'd stolen. You can hardly believe your eyes. But I won't surprise you for long. And then one of them caught Ashlyn and dragged her into the house. Parker hides in a corner and sees Ashley arrested. I almost want to say, oh, women are pain. After I caught Ashley, they threw her into the house and began to investigate. Find out who is behind you. But Ashley didn't say a word. I see you are stubborn. They immediately slapped her and made her fall to the ground. Accidentally at that time, Ashley saw the gun that she had before. Parker's hiding under the table. You're going to use it when you're cornered, not after an interrogation. They start to suspect and turn their suspicions on. Parker, they think you're the only one who's brave enough to be here. And Ashley's the one you hired to spy on. They split up and search. Just let one guy stay and watch Ashley. First name carefully go check outside. But bad for him, even though Parker broke 20 ribs. That's enough to get him on the train. Flute, what situation, just go alone. And of course he took a stab at Parker's knife. Died on the spot. The second one's looking the other way. But I can't see the smell of AI. And the other two are still torturing Ashley. You are still strong without half a word. Accidentally looking through the glass door, Ashlyn saw Parker's shadow behind the curtain. You keep looking in that direction. The fat man recognized. He quickly went around the back to attack. There's only a black guy in the house right now. Ashley reached out her hand, take off the gun under the table, and shoot continuously. It made him fall on the spot. That's when the fat man attacked Parker. But a pig makes Sow fight a lion. Just a few hits. Parker made him share the same fate as his accomplices. However, when Parker tried to save Eslin, the last guy was Bobby. He's got a gun to your head. He threatened Parker if he didn't put the gun down, he'll shoot the skull open. Eslin thought you'd obey. But no, Parker calmly encouraged him to pull the trigger. That both he and Eslin were astonished. He thought Parker was joking, so he pulled the trigger. But the gun didn't explode. I can't understand anything yet. Parker pulled the trigger before the bullet went straight through his forehead. The end of everything. After the cleaning is done, Parker and Ashley leave the house, carrying millions of dollars worth of jewelry. Give it back to Ashley. I told you to keep it safe. Waiting for the wave. The wind is quiet. I will come and take it and consume it. 1 year later, Ashley receives a heavy package delivered to her home. Inside are 2 boxes full of digital cash. Huge money makes her stun and groan. Rusty in happiness. It's enough for you to live comfortably for the rest of your life. It's not just Ashley. The farmer and his wife saved Parker. When you get hurt, he also received a large amount of money. I sent it to them to pay their debts, reinvigorate life, and live more peacefully. At the end of the film, to avoid the following, Parker didn't forget to meet the manipulator behind the bandits and execute him on the spot. And of course, there's this enormous amount of money in your hands. Parker and his girlfriend have a life, happy to the end of the movie. This scene is also the end of the movie. How do you feel about this movie? Please leave a comment and let me know. If you see it, give yourself a like and a subscription channel to support me. More videos. Send it to you. Thank you very much and see you.